Well, as you could probably tell, we are out in sunny France, being basked in glorious sunshine.
Mate, it is absolutely going off out there.
There we go. I've got to say, these Etang Negreloube fish are in absolutely pristine condition. Oh, I feel a bit like Chris Yates, sat here, leant up against a tree, behind a split cane. Just need a bottle of wine here now. Chateau Neuf de Pape. Ah, bonjour, ça va? Je m'appelle Joe. That's about as far as my French GCSE got me. Well, as you could probably tell, we are out in sunny France, being basked in glorious sunshine. So yeah, I've come here for a little holiday with a couple of friends, fancied a little break and fancied a little social. It's always nice to get away with a few friends with fishing. Often a lot of the fishing we do is on our own, but the social aspect of fishing plays a huge part in it, and obviously socialising is very good for us. Sitting on the bank on our own for days on end, yeah, although sometimes it's nice, it's also good to get away with a couple of mates and have a good giggle and catch a few carp in between yourselves. So yeah, we've come to Etang Negreloube, which is somewhere I have fished once in the past. It's a lovely lake down near Limoges. A little bit of a drive to get here, sort of 8 hours or so yesterday, but well worth it once you're here. You know, it's well silent. I can't hear any roads. It's a really nice looking lake, and more importantly, there's lots and lots of big carp in here. So hopefully we are going to have a good week. We've managed to sort out between ourselves who's going where. Jay Mungo's also here this week from Ridge Monkey and his mate. So yeah, there's 5 of us fishing, which hopefully is going to keep the fish moving about. Obviously, if there's just a little amount of pressure in one area, if there was only say 2 or 3 of us, then the fish are obviously more likely to move away from the pressure. So yeah, hopefully we're going to keep them moving about. I think, you know, by all accounts, most swims are good swims on this lake because of that exact reason. You know, the fish are getting bounced around the lake, and hopefully between us we should be all in with a chance of getting a few fish on the bank. So yeah, like I say, I've had 2 pretty poor nights sleep, to be honest with you, so I'm feeling a little bit jaded, but we're going to get this van unloaded. Tom drove down in his van, which he bought off Samir recently. Lovely bit of kit. Samir, you've done a good job on that, mate. Skills. But yeah, I think we're going to get that unloaded, get the gear onto the swims, and get some sort of plan of attack together. Now, normally there's a quad bike with a trailer, which drops you around to where you need to get to, but unfortunately that's currently in for repair, so a bit of walk-ins involved. But thankfully I've only got 40 metres, so I've got it easy. Suits me down to the ground. Right, so I'm fishing this swim here, which is number 3. I've got the dam wall bank to my right, which is what's exactly here in front of us. It slopes off of this bank, and obviously, you know, this is the deepest area because the dam has also got a monk in it, and when they drain the water off, this is where it drains to. So yeah, a bit of deeper water out here, but obviously I've still got the option of shallower water up the shelf, and then some open water stuff as well. So like I say, I'm going to get a plan of attack together, and then we'll speak more. See you soon. Well, it's probably about time I've got a more carpy coloured t-shirt on really, isn't it? But throwing the white balance out all over the show, worse than me legs. Right, so this is the spot that James said about. Seems silly to ignore that one. And then off of the little platform here, there's the draining device. So it is a little bit snaggy down there, it's a little bit hairy. I've got to be a bit careful. But I think rather than just bait up small tight spots that I'm going to fish, I'm going to bait this whole shelf, and I'm just going to scatter bait. I've got 10 millers, sweet corn, and some 15 mil boilies in there, and I'm just going to scatter bait along here, probably about a 30-yard line from the top of the shelf to the bottom of the shelf. And then what I'm thinking is potentially at night or earlier in the morning, the bottom of the shelf, the deeper water's probably going to be the better area. But then in the daytime, when it gets hotter, if I move up into the shallower areas, then I think, you know, there's a good chance that fish are going to be patrolling along this margin here. And like I say, without any lines going through the water, then I'm sure that's only going to help things. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to bait the whole marginal shelf along here. And obviously then that means that the fish are just swimming around, grazing, eating bait wherever they are going in this section, and they're not sort of getting scared about one particular zone, you know. It's a method that I've used with good success in the past. So yeah, hopefully it's going to work this week. We've been down the shop, got the bits and pieces we needed, and I have found a nice spot out there to the right hand side of the island, just on the bottom of the slope, sort of a bit of a gravel slope coming down about 30 yards back this way, and then on the edge of that slope, you know, where the gravel stops and it meets the silt, that's the area I've gone for. And I've actually put a fair bit of bait out there, for me anyway, sort of probably about 5 key of 10mm fish, 15mm fish, and a tin of sweet corn in there as well, and a good bit of smart liquid for good measure. Doesn't feel like the smaller, you know, like the crumb baits or the particle baits are going to be the one really, because there's so many little fish about. And you know, I did kind of in my head, I thought, oh yeah, I'll fish me solid bags when I get there, but I don't really like fishing solid bags in lakes that have got so many small fish in, because, you know, they can just disturb it. They'll eat all the ground bait and the pellets, and just, you know, you'll be left with a hook bait which has probably been tangled or, you know, disturbed to some degree anyway. So yeah, I'd rather have rigs that kind of reset themselves a bit more if they do get disturbed. And I did want to go down the shorter hook link approach, just because I think that's one of the biggest edges you can give yourself. Once that fish mouths the bait and the lead tightens up to it, you know, if you've got a super sharp hook on, then you're pricking them. And if you're pricking them, then obviously, hopefully, you're going to get that bolt effect, and that's going to set the hook home. I didn't want to go for a straight through stiff setup, so I've gone for like a little mini combi, which is made from 20-pound IQ, and then a little short section of 25-pound supernatural, and then a little bit of shrink tube onto the hook. And as you can see, I've actually got a small piece of shrink tube over the eye of the mini swivel on the hook, and the reason for that is obviously normally you pull your bait over that, and you know, it's keeps it nice and neat and tidy, but also stops that hinge. If you're not pulling it over that little eye of the swivel, then you get a hinge which can cause tangles. Obviously it doesn't reset itself very well, and it just doesn't act as well as you'd like it to. But if you also do that, it means that your bait is very tight to the hook. So what I've done is put that little bit of shrink tube on there, and then I've just pulled the bait, or the shrink tube, into the bait. So gives a fair bit of distance between the bait and the hook. So there's a nice bit of separation there, which I think, you know, can help massively again. So a little bit of separation. I've got 15mm bottom bait topped off with half a 12mm pop-up, something like that, just enough for it to kind of sit it up on the lake bed, but not actually pulling the hook itself up. So yeah, it's kind of a little wafter effect, if you like. That's my plan of attack for now, but things are potentially going to change throughout the week. Right, I was going to say let's get some rods out, but I'm not going to. We've got dinner probably in a couple of hours. Going to sort my bivvy out, because after tying a load of rigs up, it's an absolute tip. Have a coffee, try and wake myself up a little bit, and then go and grab a shower before dinner. Bonjour, bonjour. Well, I did manage a good sleep last night, which was a result, was much needed. Just before first light, well, an hour before first light, one of these rods has gone and it's done exactly as I wanted it to. You know, it's bolted back towards me, picked up the rod, wound down the slack, and the other rod, because it's the right hand one out of the two, the other rod was kind of in the way for me to like proper give it some welly without popping the other one out of the clip. So I had to kind of thread it under the other rod and give it a bit of stick, but by that point it done me, yeah, cut me off, gutted. So yeah, I've made the decision to kind of not fish too close to that snag, or anywhere near it, to be honest with you, because when I'm filming, you know, I'm often pottering about here and there, getting shots, and you know, when you're snag fishing, you just got to be on that rod at all times. And I don't know, I've seen quite a lot of feeding along there. You know, they're obviously on that bait I put out, and I just don't feel like it's necessary for me to fish on the snag. Certainly won't if I can help it anyway. So yeah, I've had a little bit of a change around. I've now got one rod over there, but it's about 25 yards to the left of the jetty, similar distance out to the end of the jetty, and I can see even over there now there's a lot of fizzing going on. So yeah, one rod over there, but fair distance away from that danger zone. And then got these two rods out here on that spot at first light, because sort of, you know, an hour leading up to first light there was quite a bit of activity out there, and I heard quite a few fish, and just as the light was getting good enough to see, I could see there was a bit of bubbling going on out there. So yeah, I wasted no time in getting them two out on the spot. So yeah, hopefully any time now we might be in with a bite. But in the meantime, it's 8:00. Got a nice drop of Colombian from the local supermarket, so gonna have a turbocharged one of them and enjoy this lovely morning. So peaceful here. It's a really hot night actually. I woke up, my t-shirt was drenched. So yeah, I think it's going to be another warm day today, but not as hot as it has been. So hopefully them temperatures dropping off a little bit compared to last week will do us a favour. Right, coffee. I do actually find they don't fight as hard if you keep your rod tip down. Something the match boys all do as well, you know, they always keep their rod under the water when they're playing the fishing. And yeah, they definitely seem to come in a bit easier. Guess it's because you're not pulling them up so much, just pull them to one way. One side even. Same but different. Oi, oi. Oh, this will be my first French carp in a long time if we get it in. Oh, might not have a line, mate. Might not have a line. First French carp for quite a long time. And it's a chunk. Lovely. Well, there we go. First one of the trip for me. 38-pound common, mint condition. Chunky old one, massive tail. Buzzing, top result that. There's been a few out around the pond by the sounds of it. So yeah, looks like they're going to have a feed this week. I think these cooler temperatures are definitely helping. But yeah, well happy with that one. Right, it's quieting down out there now, so I think I'm going to get the old float rod out and see if we can catch one. Doing a bit of stalking. Happy days. Well, gave it a couple of hours around there, trying on the float. No joy, unfortunately. Just didn't feel like there was much in the area. So thought I'd come back to my swim for a little afternoon coffee break and get the rods out for a few hours before dinner. and literally 10 minutes after I got them out, left-hand one was away out of the two, and we've got a lovely 37 leathery one. Now, if you catch a 40 pounder in here, you've got to have shots in the water. So I thought I might get a bit of practice in. It's always a bit hairy having water shots in it, but yeah, check out this cool one. And so it's literally only got a few scales along the top of him. Apart from that, it's pretty much a leather. Very cool, very angry. Whoa. Fought like an absolute demon, and he wants to beat me up here now as well. He's got a bit of a sharp fin as well, he's already cut me. Oh dear. Right, one more little look, mate. Lovely.
Ooh, well, we've got a storm going on. Just got back from dinner. Lovely roast chicken. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, so I've got to get the rods out. It's absolutely tipping it down. Note to self, when you go around to dinner, make sure you haven't left anything out in the rain, i.e. your microphones, well, one microphone, and your handset for your boat, which is funny because earlier on I said to myself, you know what, I don't really want to be using that boat. I'd much rather be casting. It's just, you know, how I do things and how I prefer to do things. So that was my plan, and then looks like that's going to be the only plan now anyway, because the handset has got drenched, as am I right now. So I'm going to get under that shelter and then think about getting these rods out. But yeah, it's always a little bit hesitant in a thunderstorm, isn't it, when you're lifting up a bit of carbon into the air. But I'm sure we'll be all right. But now I need to get under that shelter. It is coming down. Cats and dogs, to be sure. Mate, it is absolutely going off out there. Storms are just circling the area, lightning, thunder. I was scared to put my rods out, but I manned up, put my waterproof on and got them out there, didn't I? Because I'm double hard, or double stupid. I'm keen, extra keen, but yeah, they've got to be in the water or you're not going to catch, eh? And I wanted to get them all nice, exactly where I wanted them before it got dark. So yeah, happy with the approach going into tonight. I put 3 rods on that area out there and 3 different hook baits. 2 bottom baits topped with one with like a bright pop-up, little pink pop-up, and one with a match the hatch, if you like, pop-up. Just a bit of a pop-up, so it's just enough to kind of make it kind of like a wafter, if you like, really, but still pretty much a bottom bait. Yeah, oh yeah, sorry, and the third one I put on a spinner rig, just because them little combi rigs I'm tying, they're actually a bit of a pain to tie up, you know, it takes a while. Done a little batch of 5 earlier and it must have took sort of a good 35 minutes, so I'd much rather be using spinners if I thought that they'd be just as good. So I thought, you know, when you're fishing over a big spread of bait, it's actually quite good, I find, to mess around with different hook baits, because you often find something that's working better than something else. So if you've got 3 on exactly the same, then obviously you're not going to know that. Fingers crossed for tonight. I'll let you know how we get on, but hopefully this storm's going to blow over because it's getting out of hand.
Well, last night, nothing short of epic, to be honest with you. That storm was just unreal. Crazy lightning, crazy thunder, and then mad lighting afterwards for the sunset. I missed it, but apparently there was a rainbow up there, but I was on that bank getting a shot of the sunset. So yeah, epic, epic. night, and then woke up at 4 in the morning for a tiddle, and the stars were just unbelievable. The whole sky was just filled with stars, and it just looks, yeah, absolutely incredible. It was so cool. I just had to stay up. I was just like, well, I'm staying up now. And then at 5:30, right hand one out of the 3 on the spot's gone. Had a good tussle with that one, and as I was playing it, I picked up my other line. I was thinking, how's that managed to do that? You know, I was fishing slackish lines, and it had got around it somehow. I was just trying to work it out with a torch, and anyway, I managed to unthread it. And then the other line was going off that way. I thought, how's it done that? It must have dragged it round. So I got the fish in the net, picked up the other rod, and there was a fish on there as well. So yeah, brace of 40s, which I've kept for now. I was just waiting for that sun to come up, and as you can see, it is in full beam blind mode. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous morning. The mist has been rolling across the lake, lovely clear skies, and a brace of 40-pounders. I'm pretty sure they are anyway. I haven't actually weighed them yet, but yeah, chunky ones. Put up a good scrap, good bit of fun, and yeah, everything is well in the world. So without further ado, let's get them out. Well, I say get them out, we've got to actually photograph them in the water, but we'll get them out and give them a quick weigh, and then get in there, I guess, and hopefully I can stop them from getting away and we can actually show you them. Carp wrestling time. Now we've got water on the lens. Don't splash water on my lens, please. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's done it again. Sake. There we go, quickly while he's behaving. 43-pound of Etang Negreloube chunk. Absolute unit of a carp. Brace of 40s in a double take. Epic. Well done, see, that weren't so hard, was it? Right, now you're going to let me take a picture of you. Well, this one was even bigger than his mate. This one was 46.5 pound. Now listen here, mate, can you give me an easier time than your friend did, please? Because that was hard work. I'll start him off to the right, facing my right, should I say. Wish me luck. Right, I said this to your mate and he did actually listen. I'm just going to hold you up for this camera, not for long, and then we're going to get you back. Parlez-vous anglais? Oui? C'est bon. Let's go. There we go. I've got to say, these Etang Negreloube fish are in absolutely pristine condition. Got great mouths on them, and as you can see, fit, healthy, and super hard fighting. Even wants a ruck on the bank. Mega. Happy days. On the bank, in the water even. Well, that wasn't quite as bad this time. Managed to get a couple of pics. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. When you are having pictures of fish in the water, as long as you can keep your hand in front of their face, they can't actually go anywhere. Obviously, there's the odd occasion where they'll flap and get out your hands, but yeah, if you can get your hand in front of your face, their face, then you can keep hold of them. Right then, mate. Time for you to go back. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Is there only 60 commons in here, Brad?
Yeah, mate.
Right, that's my target, £60 common. I hadn't set a target for this week yet.
Yeah, there's a couple in here.
Guten Morgen. Well, the light is just starting to turn. Daylight is upon us, and yeah, I've just had a busy last hour and a half. I'm pretty manic, to be fair. I've had 3 fish all off the baited area. So yeah, obviously putting less bait out didn't hurt at all. I had more bites off it last night over less bait than I did the night before on more, so worth doing. But yeah, I've got 3 fish here. 2 I reckon are 40 pounders, and one's probably an upper 30, but he's a real cool one. Big scales on him. Obviously a lot of the fish out here are quite plain in France, but to catch one with a few scales is always a little bit special, isn't it? I just made my first coffee in the morning. Get myself fully charged up with a bit of caffeine, and yeah, as I say, not long till sunrise now, so we shall soon be having a little look at my prizes. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyable session so far. 3 nights in, 2 nights to go. Oh, and James just pops up a little while ago and he's had a 50 pounder, so yeah, well chuffed for him. Chunksville. Lovely times. Oh, so needed that. I made one to start with and didn't realise the milk had gone off. I had 1 sip and if the milk turns out to be sour, I ain't the kind of pussy who's going to drink it. Oh, you calm down, you. Another 20 minutes, we'll have you out. Just chill out. One of them's in the net, and he's tried to jump out twice already. They're nutters in here, absolute nutters. God, this one's definitely got a lot of weight to it. Really heavy and really slow. I reckon it could be a proper unit. Quite. Lovely day. Goddamn right, it's a beautiful day. Right, I made a bit of a schoolboy error by putting my rods over to the left, because when the fish are on the left hand side of my rods, the trees are in the way for netting them. So I think today I'm going to move them into the middle. I originally put them over there because I needed the space to pull fish away from that snag, but now I'm fishing all 3 out there. I need to move my rods and make things a bit easier for myself, because the other thing is I never normally play fish with a torch on, and I've had to here because I can't really see what's going on, and they definitely fight loads harder, 100%. I think even, because I'm using a running lead and the lead stays on, that makes them fight harder as well for some reason. Might sound a bit stupid, but it's definitely a thing. I see a few fizzy patches coming up here and there. The fish are having their petit déjeuner. Right, it's getting closer. That's it. Come on, girl. Come on. No. Oh, that bloody tree. Oh, get out of there. Right, this time. That's it. Mental. Fish everywhere. Happy days. Still heavy. 35 on the nose, or just over. That 35 will do nicely. Lovely jubbly. There we go, £35 on the nose, big angry common. and I'm going to get him back because he's not happy. And we've got a lot more to go through. Wicked. Well, I thought I'd weigh the biggest one first and get him out of the way whilst I've got the energy. And guess what? He's a 50-pounder. 50 pound, 4 ounces. Mint old chunk. Let's see if he's up for a little wrestle. A funny little stubby dorsal, pec fin on this side. It's obviously broken in the past. Absolute unit. Want to wrestle, don't you, mate? Come on, enjoy your cuddle. Oi, 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 oi. Right, you behave yourself quickly. Got a taste of freedom now, haven't you, mate? There we go. Lovely, jubbly indeed. Absolutely mint. Unit. Come on, mate. I don't want to play juggle match now. Wicked. Right, couple of quick snaps, hopefully, if we can. And then we're going to get him back. Awesome session. Go on then, girl. Time for you to go home. Thanks for the visit. Oh, thanks for breaking my back. Oh, what's going on there? Funny liner. Go on then. Wicked carp. Yeehaw. Well, I did have a really nice scaly 39-pound mirror. Unfortunately, I lost my first wrestling match and he got away. It was a bit of a gutter because he was a really cool carp, but never mind, can't grumble. Epic morning's fishing. As this one, 34 and a half. So yeah, it's been an eventful session, that's for sure. And I'm sure there'll be more to come. Lovely times at Negreloube. All right then, mate, shall we get you back home? It's like going down to the gym. Might actually have some muscles by the time I leave here. Whew. Just down there checking that spot the other side of the pontoon. And this one under this tree's gone. Whew. Now, the net is up there. I think Brad's on his way now. Oh, there's a nice one. Oi oi, Savaloy, yeehaw. Right, pardon monsieur, une minute, s'il vous plaît. That is a cool creature. What do you reckon, Brad? It's 40?
I reckon 44.
Yeah, I was going to say 44. Mega scales, lovely little starburst ones. Just goes to show you, you know, sit behind 3 rods. Uh-oh, microphone. Oh, shit. What? Microphone is got very wet. Well, I think that might be it for the mic. It's going to need a good dry out. So I'm going to sign off there
have a quick snaps of this fish, a few snaps of this fish and get him back. Well, attempt a few snaps. Rude not to have one last little look, innit? What a cut. Right, back you go. I'm sorry to spoil your day, but you've made mine. Chin me. Bit me tongue as I've done it. Well, just got back from dinner. We had lovely chicken kebabs tonight. Rods have only been out 20 minutes, something like that. And we've got this mega 48-pound mirror. Crazy big scales down the back of it. Definitely a very familiar looking fish. And if it hasn't already got a name, I think it should be called the tiger stripe or something like that. Because, yeah, deserves a name, a mega fish like that. Tell you what. The arms and the back are taking the strain. It's been a hectic old session, thoroughly enjoyable. Thank you very much, Mr. Carp. Right, I'll get a couple of quick snaps of you, mate. Well, I normally only show you one side, but he's so cool, I had to show you the other side, really, didn't I? But yeah, what a fish. Right, we're going to get you back, mate, because we need to get some more bait out there, really, don't we? I think you've probably eaten it all. Well, as I mentioned before, anything over £40 has to be photographed in the water, but if Brad is here, then it's all right. So that's why we had a picture of this one on the bank. Didn't want him getting away without a shot, did we? All right, then, mate. Thank you very much. Au revoir, madame. Well, there's something you don't see in France very often. A proper mega cool linear. Probably sort of low 20. Brad's handpicked a few stockies for here for the future. And there's some absolute pearlers. Happy days. Right then, mate, let's get you back. Well, time has come. Getting the dicky boy out for the last time on the main lake. If we could get a big one on this, I'll be absolutely buzzing. And I'm sure Dick Walker would be very proud of me. Not sure if he'd be proud of my baiting pole. Now, time to sit back in anticipation, in the nation. I'm actually scared to hook a big one on this rod, and I think that's what makes it even more exciting, you know. What do they say? Do something that scares yourself every day. Well, this is definitely scaring me. Obviously, I don't want to break this rod, but if it does break,
then at least it's had a good innings. Oh, I felt a bit like Chris Yates, sat here, leant up against a tree behind a split cane. Check me out. Who said I ain't old school? Just need a bottle of wine here now. Chateau Neuf de Pape. Oi, Dickie's away. Shit. Right, now we're in trouble. Oh dear. He's going. Mega. Already the adrenaline's kicked in. Oh, he's off again. Yeehaw. An Avon, would you believe it? Probably designed for tench, chub, barbel. Certainly not designed for monster carp in France. Ooh. Gotta be a 30-pounder surely. As I say, 32 is the biggest on this rod so far. Heads up, no. Oh, I've really got to go easy, especially at this angle once it starts getting beneath me. Right, here we go. Come on, carp, don't break my rod. Don't break my rod. Oh, it's got a big scale on his shoulder as well. No, it's still not ready. Come on. Come on, girl. Up you come. Absolutely mega bit of fishing. Oh, that looks good. That looks very good. Come on, keep his head up. This is it, we've got you. We have got you. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Come on! Go on, the dicky boy! And there we go, you have to excuse the dappled light. It's hard work around here trying to find good spots. But what a buzz. 32.7, so I'm not actually sure of the ounces of it, of the last one in England, but I'm pretty sure it was a scraper 32. So this is my new personal best on the split cane rod. Well chuffed for that one. Right, it's dinner time, so and also I need a shower badly. So yeah, we're gonna get up there, get well fed, steak and chips tonight. Buzzing. If I don't catch any more, I don't care. I'm more than happy. And there we go. One last fish. An amazing week here. Thoroughly enjoyable. Plenty of big fish. Plenty of achy backs. And lots of great grub. So yeah, if you're looking for a holiday venue, which ticks all the boxes, then this is the place for you. Mega. And we have got a bit of a long drive ahead of us, but it's well worth it. But obviously remember that you can fly here if you want to, and just use the gear that they've got here. Just have to bring your reels and your tackle and your sleeping bag, and it's a very easy trip. It takes no time whatsoever, and you can pick up some really cheap flights as well. So yeah, definitely worth considering if you don't want to drive. Mega. Right, get this one back. I have still got my other two rods out. There is still time for the dicky boy to go, but it's looking unlikely because I've got to get this trailer loaded up, get the vans loaded up and get on the road. Mega times. Lovely jubbly.